Hello, everyone. My name is Krystle Patrick. I'm a real estate agent here in Maryland with Cass Realty, and welcome back to my channel. So we're finally at the last two steps of the home buying process. It's the final walkthrough of the property and the closing day. We get to walk through the property, make sure everything is good, and then we get to closing, sign all the documents, and you get those keys in your hands. So let's talk more about that. Now, before we get into it, definitely check out all of the other videos that I have. I'll put a link in the description so you can see step-by-step guide on how we got to this final step, the step where you're going to get your keys in your hands. So what's the final walkthrough and what's the purpose of it? The final walkthrough is when you, the buyer, goes to the property and you just take a final look of the property before closing. It is your last chance to ensure that the property is in the condition in which you agreed upon before settlement. When you're walking through this property, you want to look for any repairs that was agreed by the seller to complete before the day of closing. Check to ensure that the repairs was done. Definitely bring that repair addendum with you just to cross-check to make sure that all of your requests for repairs were completed. You're checking the condition of the home, making sure that it's the exact same way when you saw it the first time and you put in that offer. You want to check to make sure there are no new damages or leaks or any new repairs that needs to be done. You're also checking to ensure that there are no missing items. If the property came with the refrigerator and the stove and the dishwasher, and then you go through your final walkthrough and you realize those things are missing, then that's part of why you're going through your final walkthrough to make sure nothing is missing. You're also checking to see if major systems like the HVAC, your heating, the cooling, all of these things are still working the way that it should. And if any issues pop up, if we realize a repair wasn't done or an item is missing, that's where me, your real estate agent, will reach out to the seller's agent to get this issue resolved before closing. So congratulations. Now it's closing day. Closing day is when you sign all the documentation, you transfer the funds, and you finally become a homeowner. So here's the things that you need to bring with you on the day of closing: a valid form of identification, proof of homeowner's insurance. So it's very similar to when you buy a car, you're not driving off that lot until you have auto insurance. So it's the same way with getting that house. You can't have that house unless you have insurance. And a cashier's check for your down payment and closing cost payments. You'll also receive a closing disclosure about 3 days before the day of closing so that you can review all the documentations and ensure that the numbers align with what you and the lender agreed upon. Now get those fingers fully exercised because that's where you'll be signing a ton of paperwork. They just keep coming. It doesn't stop. It just keeps coming. You'll have to sign the mortgage note, the deed of trust, and a whole bunch of other disclosures. But don't worry, your real estate agent like myself will be there to guide you through it step by step. So in that way, you know exactly what you're signing and you are confident in the information in which you are signing. And once all of the documents are signed, the funds are received, congratulations, you are officially a homeowner. So depending on your contract, you'll get your keys that very same day or a couple of days, depending on what you agree to. That's it. You're done. The process, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that easy. There were some tedious steps along the way, but you stayed the course, and I'm very proud of you. I appreciate you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with anyone you know who will benefit from this content. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.